Building the back handspring, part 1 of 2. I've decided to break this down into 2 videos, hoping it'll make it easier for you to absorb all the information that I'm about to throw at you. Part 1 will be a breakdown of the ingredients or the pieces, so that in part 2, we can put it all together. We're going to go over things like the sit, how to swing your arms, where you should be swinging your arms to, the jump, which is the height, the direction, the length, the snap down, and probably the most important thing, head position, to create more control within your shapes. Everything we're going to go over in today's video is important for its own reason. So trying to find and pick out the pieces that sound easy and only focusing on those things will not help you build the back handspring that you want. Or these could be the reasons why you're struggling with your back handspring at the moment. So let's get to work. First things first, let's go over the sit. Super important for keeping your balance in the right spot so that you have more direction for your jump. When I do my sit, I try and make sure I have more weight in front of my feet than in my hips in the very beginning. Stomach in, not out. In my opinion, it's better to bend your legs less right here. I know bending your legs is important for jumping, but let me explain myself here. When you're setting up any jumping skill, the timing needs to be right more than anything. Debbie Love the GOAT, she taught me this a long time ago. Shout out to you, Debbie, if you see this video. It took a lot of work to get it to where it needed to get to, but it's something that stuck with me forever. The jump has 3 pieces: the sit, the swing, and the jump and extension together. Each piece needs to be its own piece, meaning when you're doing the sit, you can only be doing the sit. When we're swinging our arms, we should only be swinging our arms. And when we're jumping and extending, we should be jumping and extending together. I say extension because we should be jumping all the way through the floor and extending through that reach where we were reaching for our back walkover. Now, if you're thinking, hey, completely skipped over that part where he was telling us about bending our legs less. Let me explain it all right now. Let me show you something that changed the way this whole jump works in my brain that helped the timing work a lot better for me. In the sit, swing, jump, your arms have 3 parts when you think about it. Our legs, if we bend them right away, have 2, bending and jumping. You want the swing and jump part to happen when we're bending and jumping. You want to wait for your arms to come up before they go over. So what I do is I add a 3rd piece for the legs, so they're not just going bend, jump. So this brings me to my slightly straighter legs in the sit. When I do my back handspring, I start my sit with slightly straight legs. So I sit here, 1, I then bend and swing, and then I jump and extend. So then my legs have a 1, 2, 3, and then my arms have a 1, 2, 3, and then everything together, 1, 2, 3. It should be sit, swing, jump, not sit, swing, jump, not sit, jump, swing. I don't know. Sit, swing, jump. Go over and 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 this until it becomes a habit that you just automatically do when you're sitting and swinging and jumping. Having good timing in your sit, swing, jump is a skill all on its own, so make sure you practice this a lot. Now that we've gone over how to jump, let's go over the direction of the jump. Just like the back walkover, we really want to follow our hands back into the back handspring. So while we go over this jumping drill, we need to make sure that we're focusing on the sit, swing, jump timing, following our hands, head placement for that body control that I've mentioned in previous videos. This is how I like to set up this drill on this downhill, so that when we start working on jumping back, we're already adding a little bit of rotation and not landing completely flat. We're going to use our hands to tip us back there. It also gives you a good reference point on where you want to be throwing your hands to, and that's off the back of the mat. Focus on the timing of the sit, swing, jump, your head placement as you're reaching back, following your hands, and your shape when you land. If you're landing like a noodle here, you shouldn't expect anything good to happen in the handstand piece of your back handspring when you get there. We need to make sure this extension off the ground through our legs and back here with our arms is super strong. If you're not extending as much as you can and not squeezing through the jump, we're not going to be jumping and reaching to the handstand properly in the back handspring. We're going to get a bit stuck in the middle. Sit, swing, jump, extend, squeeze. Pretty simple. Next, again, like we did in the back walkover, let's skip to the second half and we're going to go over how we want to finish this thing. Let's do some snap downs. We want to elevate our handstand to make it a bit easier to get off our hands and get our feet underneath us. We don't want to move our head out in the handstand to get off the wall. We want to stretch through this open shape, open shoulders, hips forward, squeezing the core. Just like the back walkover, we want to look where we want to put our feet down from here. Squeeze and stretch towards that spot. And then we want the snap to be as aggressive and as hollow as possible. That stretch that gets you off the wall should feel like it takes a really long time to get off the wall, and the snap down should feel really late, honestly. This is super difficult if you're doing it right. This should definitely not be an easy drill. I think we will end part 1 here. These are all super important parts that are going to build this back handspring. Timing, head position, body shapes. A lot of people out there can do back handsprings, but it takes a long time to build an amazing back handspring. In part 2, we're going to focus mainly on the flipping piece, and then we'll put everything together, and then we should have a full understanding on how it should feel for you and also how it should look. So until then, good luck working on these pieces. I hope they help. I'll see you in part 2.